Now at 6, the man convicted in the deaths of 2 girls from Welch, Oklahoma is set to be released from prison. Plus, Kansas lawmakers override the governor's vetoes on a few anti-abortion measures. And we'll hear from Crawford County officials about a multi-million-dollar plan to widen Kansas Highway 7.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The man sentenced for the disappearance of 2 girls from Welch, Oklahoma is set to be freed from prison. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Jalen Banks. And now our own Cale Chapman joins us in the studio with more.
Thank you, Jalen. In 2020, Ronnie Busick pleaded guilty in the disappearance of Laura Bible and Ashley Freeman. According to the Oklahoma Department of Corrections, Busick is to be released on May 19th of this year. Busick was sentenced to 10 years in prison with 5 years of probation. He pleaded guilty to accessory to murder for the disappearance of the girls and the deaths of Danny and Kathy Freeman in Welch, Oklahoma. Busick was one of 3 individuals accused of the 1999 murder case and was originally charged in 2018. Kay Thompson, the Oklahoma Department of Corrections acting chief of communication, has told KOAM that Busick got credit for his time he served during 3 years in county jail, and that he also got credit at an accelerated rate.
He wasn't afraid of the police. He better be afraid of the BBI. That's the Bible Bureau of Investigation. Because we fought for 23 years, we'll continue to fight, and we'll be there.
Busick now has 5 years probation and will have 1 year under supervision. For more updates on this story, follow along on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Back to you, Jalen.
And now to weather. Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty joins us with the first look.
Well, we do have light showers once again, which are going to, in fact, increase as we go through the evening hours. It's not heavy by any means, but light showers, mainly across southeastern Kansas, northeastern parts of Oklahoma, pushing into southwestern Missouri. Now, where you see the darker greens and the yellows on the radar, that's where we are getting some, at least a little bit more moderate showers. But overall, these are going to be fairly light as we go through the next several hours. Look at the showers sticking around. So we're going to go to 8:30. We'll move forward to about midnight, still some light showers, and then most of these will be gone late tonight. So by the time we kick off the weekend, it will be on the dry side. Temperatures, most of us hanging out right around 60 degrees. Through the evening hours, slide back through the 50s, on and off, light showers across the region. We're going to look at the weekend forecast here in just a bit.
8 months after Kansas voters resoundingly rejected an anti-abortion constitutional amendment, the Republican-led Kansas legislature enacted a slew of anti-abortion laws, overriding the vetoes of Governor Laura Kelly. The new laws require physicians to render care to infants born alive and tell patients medically disputed information about the reversibility of medication abortions, while sending taxpayer money to anti-abortion counseling centers. Kansas Governor Laura Kelly announced that her administration's bipartisan transportation plan has committed more than $297 million to construct 8 expansion and modernization highway projects in eastern Kansas. KOAM Shagun Bondali has more.
The projects include the development of a divergent diamond interchange at US 40 Kansas Highway 10, close to Lawrence, and widening the shoulders of a certain section of State Highway 7 in Crawford County.
Is when the trucking companies or the individual truckers, when they try to get a route to go, Google Maps actually send them on Highway 7 instead of sending them down 69, which has really created a problem because, again, it is a very narrow highway with no shoulders.
Moody says there will be a benefit to widening Highway 7.
Well, the benefit of widening is there's no shoulders on the road right now. If they widen it, it will, it'll give the traffic, avenue to get over a bit instead of just, getting off and trying to overcorrect. And that's when you see a lot of the rollovers occur.
A local tow truck driver says in 5 years, he has seen numerous turnovers due to the narrow highway.
Wise, when you get out on the highway, you don't have any room to work with semis going by you on a 2-lane narrow road. It is dangerous, and for the state workers and guys mowing the grass and stuff like that, there's, expanding that would help out tremendously.
Diskin says he has almost got hit while working.
You can feel your shirt getting sucked into them because they don't slow down, or there's just that much. And and there's a lot of hills from here to Fort Scott, so you get in between two hills and you got semis coming, it can get pretty scary.
Reporting in Gerard, Shagbamdele, KOAM News.
Representatives from KDOT will be in Crawford County on May 5th to discuss the widening of the highways with no shoulders. Park Elementary students in Columbus, Kansas last month took part in a trike-a-thon and a walk-a-thon to raise money for St. Jude Children's Hospital. It's all in memory of a young boy named Dylan who lost his battle with cancer. Dylan's mom teaches at the school. Today, the school held an assembly to announce they raised more than $7,000 this year.
I just went out and I work, so my work is what I do. I bought presents, and it's in memory of my son. His birthday would be tomorrow. He'd be 30 years old tomorrow, so instead of buying him presents, I bought all the kids presents.
Dylan's family has raised more than $100,000 for St. Jude over the past 9 years. Coming up, students at Rocky Comfort Elementary in McDonald County, Missouri showcased their green thumb with a plant sale. Plus, we'll meet a new business owner living his dream at the age of 91 years young. Springtime means it's time to work on those gardens. And students at Rocky Comfort Elementary in McDonald County, Missouri are giving you a chance to get a head start. The students today hosted their annual plant sale. Back in March, they planted 10,000 seedlings. Since then, the students have been watering, pruning, and tending to the plants for them to get ready for the big day.
Kids get to see the fruits of their labor, and then what can you say about the community? You look around, how many people come here and support our kids, and the efforts they've made with the flowers and the plants here, and it's just a community involvement.
The sale continues tomorrow starting at 10 a.m. and runs till 2 p.m. The funds raised go back to the school-run greenhouse and other programs. Officials with Northeastern Oklahoma A&M College also did some plantings today. NEO planted a memorial tree in honor of Tommy Dotson. Dotson served as the chairman of the NEO Development Foundation and also graduated from the college in 1982. He passed away in January. Officials say they wanted to give Dotson a lasting legacy to recognize everything he did for the school.
I don't know that it was his favorite. But I think as it relates to the colors and the beautiful, magnificent presentation of colors it will have this fall is representative of the impact that he's had on this campus.
The tree was planted on the lawn of NEO's Common Hall. A 91-year-old Muskogee man is proving you're never too old to live your dream. He's now the proud owner of a bait and tackle shop. Reporter Caitlin Deggs introduces him to us.
Harold Hooper is known as a man who never sits still, but when he wanted to buy an old bait and tackle shop to keep it open, his family members thought he was crazy. When the previous owner couldn't keep the shop anymore, Harold decided to step in and run the place.
This place has been here for 38 years, and this old man, I've known him all my life, and he started this sucker 30-some years ago, and he's kept it up until his health got bad, and I bought him out and took it over.
With the help of some family members, the bait barn has been transformed into Hooper's Bait and Tackle. His granddaughter says it's been a good thing for him.
He's active anyways. I mean, he's always fishing or hunting, or he's at one of the local boomerangs eating. He does stuff with church, or him and Charlie are off doing something together. I mean, he's never ever been just home.
She says Harold, who everybody in town knows as Grandpa, has always been there for anyone who needed it. So this is her family's chance to be there for him.
It's hard not to find somebody that doesn't know who he is, or who hasn't done something with him, or who hasn't worked with him, or who hasn't worked for him, or, I mean, he's always done a lot.
Even though Harold is passionate about all things fishing, it isn't the reason why he bought the shop. He wants to help his great-grandkids go to college debt-free.
I wanted to make sure that she had a way through school and didn't have a debt hanging over half her life. My granddaughter, it took her about 12 years to pay for her student debt, and I didn't want that for my great-granddaughter.
Jessica says she's so thankful to have a grandpa like Harold.
It's really neat. He's a real special person.
A little later, we'll meet a Southeast Kansas high school senior who's already been a powerlifting national champion 3 times.
Plus, we have some light showers, which are going to continue to work through this evening. I'll have those details coming up. Well, it turned out to be another gloomy one for us today, but at least we're getting some light scattered showers across the region. We're going to continue to have these as we go through the rest of the evening hours. We need the rain so bad. If we don't get much more, this is going to go down as the third driest April. You never want to have that. But at least we're getting some light showers out there. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. All right, temperatures, most of us in the lower 60s because we have the clouds. A little bit cooler once you get on the Kansas and the Oklahoma side due to those scattered showers across the region. Dark clouds in Joplin. Currently sitting at 60, southerly winds 5 to 10, humidity is at 67%. Through the evening, those periods of light showers, we drop back, lower 50s later on tonight, and you can see the rain, which is continuing to push in. Now, overall, this is very light, but where you have the little pockets of yellow, that's actually pretty decent showers. I mean, light to moderate showers, but majority of this is very light. Let's go ahead and zoom in. North side of Joplin's dry. South side, over toward Neosho and Monette, we do have a pocket of showers, a little pocket of showers near Pittsburgh. We can track a little bit farther toward the west, just south of Parsons, Independence, Coffeyville, back toward Caney, all picking up some light showers. But the big time storms, the big guys, staying well to the south, down through parts of Texas, and that's where all the severe weather is. But you can see the storm system. We're on the cooler side, so we don't have to deal with the severe weather. And you can see our jet streams right out of Canada, and that's why we're on the cooler side, because that cooler air is filtering into the storm system. And as long as we're not in that warm sector of a storm system, we don't have to deal with severe weather. And we're not going to out of this system, which is great, but we could use a little bit of rain. All right, rain chances stick around through the evening and then taper off by morning, which is perfect for the weekend because we're going to clear out and actually have a pretty nice one. Light scattered showers continue. Here's 11:30. After midnight, they really fall apart. So here's 6 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start the day with some clouds, but then we go to mostly sunny skies. Near 60 by noon once we get into the afternoon. Pretty good day, actually. Most of us 67, 68, 69 degrees for an afternoon high. A little bit on the breezy side, northwesterly winds at about 10 to 20. Tomorrow night, we get another cold front that slides through, so a little bit cooler. We drop into lower 40s, and a little bit cooler on Sunday, but still not bad. Highs, most of us, 64, maybe 65 degrees, but at least we're going to be dry over the weekend, even though we need the rain. Now, the rain tonight, it's very light. We may get 1/10 of an inch in spots, which is not much, but at least we're getting something across the region. Here's your Saturday day planner, 50 at 7, 60 at 11. Look how the sunshine pops out, 69 by 5. So temperatures pretty good for us as we go into the weekend. All right, showers this evening. Sunshine returns for us over the weekend, 67 tomorrow, 64 on Sunday. Monday and Tuesday look pretty good. 70s return. Chances for thunderstorms Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some of those could be strong, maybe severe. We'll have to keep our eyes on that.
And I know our farmers in southeast Kansas are definitely looking forward to the chances of some heavier rain next week.
Our western counties, especially in Kansas, are dry as a bone.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Doug. Still ahead, how a high school senior in St. Paul, Kansas became a 3-time national powerlifting champion. A Southeast Kansas high school senior is now a 3-time powerlifting national champion. KOAM sports director Jacob Leonard introduces us to Jenny Vitt as she shares her journey from small-town kid to national champion.
Like many Southeast Kansas kids, St. Paul's Jenny Vitt grew up working on the family farm.
It taught me a lot of discipline. You know, working on a farm just shows you how to work hard.
She could throw an old 50-pound feed bag on her shoulder and carry it around, so I knew then she was pretty strong.
That strength soon became evident to more than just her family.
When she was in 8th grade, she went to summer weights, and at the end of weights, the coach came up to me and said, "Your daughter's pretty strong. You need to take her to some weightlifting meets."
That's exactly what her parents did.
When we first started, it didn't really matter how much weight we put on the bar, she lifted it.
And it has paid off.
Here I have my national medal from this year and my national medal from last year and my national medals from 2021.
Earlier this month, Vitt won her third consecutive powerlifting national championship to finish her high school career. She leaves St. Paul with 3 national titles, 3 state championships, and 12 state records in 3 different weight classes.
A lot of joy and a lot of thankfulness to everybody who's helped me get to where I am, and I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that I've had.
But even more impressive than all of her medals and trophies is the balancing act that it took to make it all happen.
I am in softball and track, and then powerlifting. Technically, it kind of goes through the winter and spring seasons. During the winter, I played volleyball, I did cheer, and then a dance club as well.
She's been very disciplined on that and kind of sets her own schedule. And in early years, there was some 6 o'clock in the morning workouts, you know, out in our loft in the shed.
It is hard, very hard. It's all worth it in the end because, you know, it's things that I love to do, and so you make time for the things you love to do.
Vitt will continue her powerlifting career after high school, competing at Friends University in Wichita, Kansas. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on your KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Crawford County Historical Museum gives people a chance to enjoy the Wild West with Cowboy Days. Plus, why experts say there is a reason it feels like your allergies are getting worse every year. And 2 of the best softball teams in Southeast Kansas meet as Girard takes on Columbus. Those stories and a lot more tonight on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. An adorable rescue dog in St. Louis has earned a monumental title. Plus, a senior prank gone utterly wrong. Cole Higgins has all that and more in today's Take a Look at This.
It's that time of year again where the top dog is selected to be this year's Park Ranger Superintendent of the Gateway Arch Park in St. Louis, Missouri. Dozens of adorable pups were submitted by their pet parents for the prestigious honor, and drumroll please. Betty Faith, a 12-year-old Basset Hound, beat out the other breeds. Betty was adopted in December of 2020 from the Humane Society of Missouri after being rescued from an extreme breeding and hoarding situation, according to her owners. Now, with her new leash on life, Betty is ready to take on her role as the Gateway Arch Park's right hound girl. Well, this may amuse you, or you might just think it's a whole bunch of bull. One suburb of Chicago turned into a real-life rodeo Thursday after a senior prank went utterly wrong. Some high school students purchased a cow and were trying to take it to school when it got away from them. I guess the farm animal didn't want to go to calculus or be turned into lunch in the cafeteria. Police were called. A chaotic chase ensued. A farmer finally corralled the cow, and now it's safe at an animal sanctuary. Take a look at this. Yep, that's a beaver walking on the sidewalk in Toronto. And what's more Canadian than that? Julia Ursini says she captured this video of a beaver after it tried to cross a busy street during rush hour. And where exactly was the beaver rushing to get to? Oh, okay, I get it now. He just wanted a fresh sub, y'all. While the beaver was out of luck when it came to getting dinner there, Julia says she and the other bystanders then helped to stop traffic while one man guided the furry fella to safety at a creek in a nearby park. For Take a Look at This, I'm Cole Higgins.
Man, Northridge, that's not too far from where I went to high school at.
I didn't know we were this far in the newscast. I was over there watching the draft.
No, it's all good. It's all good. All right, what do we have coming up in weather?
We're going to have those hit-miss showers sticking around throughout the evening hours, but we're going to break out, see sunshine for us tomorrow, 67. Actually, the weekend looks pretty good. Mid-60s, thunderstorms back in next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
I know Jacob's not here, but any predictions on the Chiefs and who will they draft tonight?
I don't know. We talked about there's so many things I want us to do. We'll see.
But, I mean, when you got Pat, it's not much that you need.
I know.
All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10 o'clock.